As Russia prepared to mark Navy Day, Ukrainian drones swarmed St. Petersburg, grounding flights and cancelling the parade. Hours earlier, a Russian fighter jet exploded in Krasnodar. Another deep strike, another warning. Inside the Kremlin, patience wears thin. In Washington, pressure builds for action. And behind it all, China's quiet support keeps Putin's war machine running. Ukrainian drones targeted St. Petersburg on July 27th, prompting the closure of Pulkovo Airport for 5 hours and delaying dozens of flights. The strikes coincided with Russia's Navy Day, a national celebration traditionally marked by a large naval parade, which was cancelled this year for security reasons. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov confirmed the decision, citing the increasing threat of drone attacks across Russian territory. Despite the cancellation, President Vladimir Putin travelled to St. Petersburg, inspecting naval drills and addressing the fleet from the Admiralty building. He praised the military's response and pledged to expand Russia's naval capabilities. The Russian Defense Ministry reported intercepting 291 Ukrainian drones, including 99 overnight, with incidents recorded in Leningrad, Volgograd, Kaluga, and several other regions. Falling debris injured at least one civilian and disrupted both airport and railway operations. In Volgograd, drone remnants damaged electrical infrastructure, affecting train service. The Russian air defences claimed to have downed drones in more than 10 regions, including Crimea, Kursk, Moscow, and the Black Sea coast. Ukraine has not officially commented. Sunday's events underscore the growing reach of Ukrainian drone operations and Russia's increasing domestic vulnerability. In recent months, Kyiv has targeted Russian infrastructure critical to its war efforts, while Moscow continues missile and drone strikes on Ukrainian cities. Meanwhile, in the early hours of Saturday, July 26th, a Russian Su-27 combat training aircraft was destroyed at the ARMAVIR airfield in Krasnodar Krai, according to Ukraine's main intelligence directorate, HUR. The agency released video footage it claims shows the moment of the strike. The aircraft belonged to the Russian Aerospace Forces and was stationed at a facility used primarily for training cadets from the Krasnodar Higher Military Aviation School. The Su-27 is a twin-seat variant of the Soviet-era Su-27 fighter, capable of both training and full combat operations. Following the explosion, residents near the airfield reported disruptions in communication networks. Ukraine's military intelligence attributed the strike to growing internal resistance within Russia, stating that actions against Ukraine would be met with appropriate consequences.
Resistance to the Kremlin regime inside Russia is growing. Every crime against the Ukrainian people will be met with a proper retribution.
This latest strike follows a series of targeted operations deep inside Russian territory. In June, Ukraine's security service, SBU, confirmed it had carried out a coordinated drone campaign, codenamed Spiderweb, on at least 5 military airfields across Russia, including those in Murmansk, Ryazan, and Irkutsk. The campaign reportedly damaged or destroyed nearly 1/3 of Russia's strategic cruise missile carriers. According to the SBU, the attacks caused an estimated $7 billion in damage, though the figure has not been independently verified. While Russia has not commented officially on the ARMAVIR incident, Ukrainian intelligence maintains that these operations are part of a broader effort to degrade Moscow's long-range strike capabilities and disrupt training infrastructure within its borders. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said President Donald Trump is running out of patience with Russia over its continued war in Ukraine. Speaking in a Fox News interview on July 26th, Rubio described Trump as the ultimate closer who is committed to ending the conflict, one he claims the current administration inherited from its predecessor.
President Trump is losing his patience with Russia over the war in Ukraine. Despite having very good interactions with Vladimir Putin and phone calls, it never leads to anything, So the time has come for some action.
The comments come just weeks after Trump issued a 50-day ultimatum to the Kremlin, demanding progress on a peace agreement or face steep tariffs. Since that announcement, Russian forces have intensified their offensive, continuing airstrikes on Ukrainian cities and making gains along the front line. Rubio stated that although Trump has maintained open communication with Russian President Vladimir Putin, those talks have not translated into meaningful outcomes. He suggested that the administration is now considering more concrete action, including the proposed tariffs, which are currently set at 100%. Well below the 500% level proposed in a bipartisan Senate bill targeting countries that import Russian oil. The secretary also warned of China's expanding role in sustaining the war. He accused Beijing of providing covert economic and military support to Russia, including purchasing oil and supplying components found in Russian drones. According to Rubio, without China's backing, Moscow would have struggled to maintain its military operations.
China is giving Russia as much aid as they can get away with without being discovered. There's no way Putin could have sustained this war without Chinese support, particularly buying his oil.
Chinese President Xi Jinping, following recent meetings with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, reaffirmed strategic cooperation with Moscow. Despite claiming neutrality, Beijing's involvement has made it a central actor in the ongoing conflict.